First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting the good fight of faith in truth and sincerity and wholeheartedly. And shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believers. Shalom unto you. And the Father's name is Yahweh, who the world ignorantly call God or Yahweh. And Yahweh Shai is his true name in the Hebrew, who the world ignorantly call Jesus Christ. And them the names that you need to be delivered from the said perils that's about to come to the earth. Acts 4:12 said that is the only name where salvation comes. The only name where you can be saved. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And as you see this title, NATO hoping Ukraine will prevail in war with Russia. Ha! It's funny. You know, the powers that be would love for this to come to pass. But the scriptures say otherwise. Matter of fact, you know, Russia, who is in the scriptures as the Medes, who is in the scriptures as Gog and Magog, who is in the scriptures as the North Country. It talks about how they basically gonna be the spearhead that get this World War III cracking. And the end game is gonna be with them shooting fireworks on Babylon the Great. This video ain't meant to be long at all, because I'm just gonna get straight to it. I ain't gonna read this because there's really nothing to read. The title says it all. And it's just basically the article is talking about how they hope that Ukraine can actually win this. Because you got to understand that the West, aka North America, aka United States, they started this. You're going to go in Russia's backyard, put your little bio labs, trying to put your weaponry, trying to set up a U.S. embassy in Russia's backyard for you can have the upper hand. And Russia ain't going for that. But that's nothing that they're going to put on their news. So you had people marching a couple months ago. All these damn flags talk about we standing with Ukraine. On top, y'all people starving. They sending all this money to Ukraine. And we in inflation right now. Them $53 billion should have been going to his own people. But anyways. So, Jeremiah 50:1. As it said, NATO hoping Ukraine will prevail in war with Russia. Well, let's see what the scripture says. The word that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. As the scripture said, that which is that it shall be. It's nothing new under the sun. That's why this is called Babylon the Great, Mystery Babylon the Great, the whore that sitteth on many waters, the abominations of the earth, the land of Assyria, the land of Nimrod, spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. All this is in America. America took on all the philosophies and deities from the ancient time and put it all in this place. So every kingdom is in the United States of America. Every philosophy, every false god, every demon, every idol is in this place. That's why it's called Babylon the Great. And the word Babylon in the Hebrew is Babal, which means confusion. And the word confusion, con with fusion, mixing. That's why there's a lot of things going on over here. Everything is upside down. So it said, declare ye among the nations and publish and set up a standard. Publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken. Baal is confounded, which is a deity, a chief deity. Merodach is a chief deity in ancient Babylon. And now they're under, other names like Baphomet, you know, Jesus Christ. Because you got to understand, man, Jesus Christ is a God, is a doest thou wilt God. Jesus don't require you to change. He said, come as you are. You could be an alphabet. You can change your, you got to speak in code these days. You could change your DNA makeup. You can do whatever you want in Christianity. All right. You got Molech. The modern day Molech is the Bohemian Grove. You know what they do to children there. But anyway, let's continue. So it says, Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her images are broken. For out of the north, let's talk about Russia, there come up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate. So this is why they hope that Ukraine will prevail in war with Russia. But it's not going to happen. Just like the same way that the ones who actually believe, the one that's actually teaching, the one that actually put their hand to the plow, and the ones who actually changed their life behind this truth. Our hope is to be the elect. Their hope is that Ukraine can get Russia out the way. But the scripture said, nope, not going to happen. So that's why I'm doing a video on that article, because it made me laugh. I was like, wow, damn well Ukraine ain't going to get, damn well. I'm sorry. Goodness gracious, man. That was funny. I needed that laugh, though. But anyway, it say, for out of the north there comes up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. All right. Now, let's go to Ezekiel 38 and get straight to the point, because I told you I didn't want this video to be long at all. So the reason that all of this is going on, because when I read verse 4, you would get it. It said, and I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws. And when you go to the first scriptures, it talks about the Son of Man set their face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, prophesy against him. All right. So this talk about Gog and Magog, which is Russia, when you go into the ancient biblical map. So it said, and I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws. So the Lord put the spirit on the West, aka Babylon the Great, aka United States of America, to go poke the bear, literally talk about Russia. And guess what? The Lord put the spirit on Russia to say, hell no. If you do this, Putin been talking about, if you keep sending them money and weapons, then it's going to be consequences to pay. And they're right, because we about to read about it. So it said, and we just read about it in Jeremiah too. And it said, and I will turn thee back and I put hooks in thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, and all of them handling swords. Persia. So this is the people that's going to come against America. This is the allies of Russia. Persia, which you would call Iran today. Ethiopia, that's what it's called today. Libya, that's what it's called today. And their biblical would be Cushites, all right, in North Africa. And it said, which would be Put, and with them, and all of them with shield and helmet. Then you got Gomer, that's Turkey, and all its bands, the house of Togarmah. Now, when I looked up Togarmah, going into the biblical maps, it's where Armenia would be today, which is right. It borders Turkey. It's kind of like Turkey. It's like how United States and Canada is. Like they're that close. So they border each other. So Togarmah would be, Armenia. And it said, of the north quarters, and all his bands and many people with thee. And it said, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Now, that's jumping in, 8 is jumping into another time period. But let's go to 10. And it said, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, shall come to pass, that at that same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. Now, this is twofold. This is talking about Israel and United States of America, because those are two lands that are living freely, thinking that they ain't gonna never get touched. And back in the ancient times, cities had walls around them to protect them from enemies coming in. So America, they don't have protection like that. They're open. Israel is open, because the Lord have hardened their hearts, and the pride of their heart have deceived them. And it said, and I will go to them that are at rest. See, these are people who are chilling, who think no trouble will never come to them, that dwell safely. All of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. So it said to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thy hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that gather out of the nations which have gotten cattle good that dwell in the midst of the land. So the point is that Gog and Magog, which is the north country, which is the Medes. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Oh, yeah. So it said Babylon will fall to the Medes. So let's go back to the article again. NATO hoping Ukraine will prevail in war with Russia. Well, let's read what's going to happen. Well, let's read what Russia going to do some more. Behold, I will stir up the Medes, which is Russia, against them, which shall not regard silver. As for gold, they shall not delight in it. And this is really going on right now. They don't give a fuck about what America have to offer. Matter of fact, the sanctions actually turned on America. But that's for another topic. Their bows also shall dash a young man, which is the bows, them are the missiles. And they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb, their eyes shall not spare children. And in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms and the beauty of the Chaldees, which is their prognosticators, their witches and warlocks. Prognosticators is, the people who could read the constellations and the weathermen, things like that. They top scientists, the one that's, got the charagma, the ones that, the scientists that created all this technology through Satan, of course. But that's another topic too. So I got a couple topics that I want to touch on, Lord willing, in the next videos. But it says, in the beauty of the Chaldees and excellency shall be when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. We all know what happened to that place. And it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it dwell in for generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But the wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant places, and her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So, thank you for the laugh, NATO. Ukraine will not prevail. Your leaders actually know this. I'm talking about the ones who run this world. But I forgot who said this. I don't know if it was Rockefeller or one of the Rothschilds, but they basically said like, the people who go to war for them are basically stupid. So a lot of people gonna die in a war. That's scripture. And yes, Russia will destroy this place, and Ukraine will not prevail against Russia. Shalom.